playing of competition and the importance of competition.
Oh, definitely. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Well, that's, yes, and that's something that's particularly, I think, hard on men because men compete.
Yeah.
And they compete partly because women like winners. I mean, that's part of the reason. So...
And you're shamed for that in
Yeah.
this postmodernism view of the world.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the schools increasingly are non-competitive places. It's like for a guy, that means, well, let's tune out and go watch video games because, like, if I can't win at this, why should I play? Well, to cooperate, it's like, well, you know, fair enough, man, but I'd actually like to try to win at something. Oh,
Yeah.
well, how evil can you get?
Well, it's toxic masculinity, Jordan. That one drives me fucking crazy. Like, what does that mean? Toxic masculinity. Toxic it has nothing to do with masculine or feminine. If something's toxic, it's toxic. There's no toxic masculinity. If someone's evil, they do something horrible, if they're Genghis Khan or Adolf Hitler, that's not toxic masculinity. That's an evil person. It has nothing to do with the masculine or feminine.
Yeah, well, you know, it depends on what your political agenda is.
I mean, men are more likely to be the type of person that does something awful in terms of dominating or war or violence. It's almost in our nature in some way because of all the things that we discussed before.
Well, we're more likely to do something that's really evident. There's plenty of bullying that goes on behind the scenes among women.
Absolutely.
You know, it can't manifest itself in naked physical aggression, and I actually think that's hard on women in some ways. I mean, my daughter, for example, is always mad at my son because, like, not chronically, but, you know, he'd have a dispute with one of his friends, and maybe it would get physical, and then that'd be the end of it, and they'd be friends again. You know, there's a way of bringing it to a conclusion, and without that, then things can smolder on forever.
Yeah.
And that's really rough, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the simplest solution is a fight. Often, and you know, I'm not
You're not
self-sad to
advocating
even,
violence. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I know, but I'm embarrassed that I would even think that I have to,
Right.
you know, put some little quote marks around
You're
what I'm
talking about the
saying.
developing person too. You're talking about young people. It is an issue. This simmering and stewing of disputes where they never come to a head.
Yeah.
And they never get resolved.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing. It's
Yeah.
a terrible thing. That's part of hell for sure. To have these things that are just grinding away at you all the time. You know, it's definitely not. It's not a good place to be in, and good motivations don't come out of it. That's for sure.